Hello students, today we will discuss a new topic, errors in measurement. So for that our first topic which we have to discuss is accuracy. Now what is accuracy? It refers to the closeness of measurement to the true value of the physical quantity. And the other term is precision. It refers to the resolution or limit to which quantity is measured. The smaller the count, the greater will be the precision. Let us understand these two terms with the help of an example. For example, true length of an object is 3.678 centimeter. If we use instrument of resolution 0.1 centimeter, like I am using an instrument which can measure up to 0.1 centimeter, then it will measure length up to 1 decimal digit, 1 digit after decimal it means. So it is measuring length as 3.5 centimeter. Now if I measure the same length of the object with an instrument of resolution 0.01 centimeter, then the length will be 3.38 centimeter. Now clearly first measurement is more accurate. Why? Because it is closer to our true value. Our true value is 3.678 and it measures 3.5 centimeters. So its value is very much closer. So it is a true value. It is very closer to the true value. So this will be accurate. But this is not precise. This will be less precise as compared to the second reading. Because it is not precise, because it can give you more resolution, that is 0.01 centimeter. In the second case you have 3.38 centimeter, means exact 2 digits after decimal. So it can measure up to 2 digits after decimal. So it is a more precise value. So I think you know the difference between precise and accuracy. Now let's discuss next topic, error in measurement. Now error can be found out by this difference. Take the difference of true value minus the measured value. Now we will discuss different type of errors. Systematic errors. First error we have systematic errors. In systematic error, these are that type of errors which occur in one direction. They may be positive or negative, and they can be eliminated once you know what is the problem in the rule which governs them. There are of many types. First type is instrumental error. These errors occur due to the inbuilt defect of the measuring instrument. For example, you are using a scale whose one side is veered off, means one side of your meter scale is damaged, and you are trying to measure the length of an object with the help of that damaged scale. Obviously you will get a different value which will not be correct. You will get a wrong value. So this is an instrumental error. Next is we have imperfection in the experimental technique. These are the errors due to limitation of experimental arrangement. So during doing any arrangement for the experiment, like you are setting the apparatus, there will be error, there occur errors. So these are the errors which occur due to imperfection in that technique. If you are performing experiment in a wrong way, or you set up the apparatus in a wrong manner. Next is personal errors. These errors occur due to individual bias, due to lack of the proper setting of apparatus and carelessness of the person. Next error is error due to external causes. Now these errors arise due to change in the external conditions like pressure, temperature, wind, etc. Now next type of error is random error. which occurs irregularly and at random in magnitude and direction. For example, if a person repeats an observation a number of times and every time he is getting some different value, that is called random error. Next is least count error. Smallest value that can be measured by measuring instrument is called least count. This you should know. What is least count? With the help of any tool, you can measure the minimum amount of value, least value, that is called least count of error. For example, if we take the case of a scale, normal meter scale, what is the least count of that? That will give you 0.1 mm, means the shortest value you can measure with the help of your scale ruler, that is 0.1 mm. So that is called least count of that scale. So all the readings are good up to that level, but if you cross this least count, you will get error. So this is the least count error. Next is the gross error or mistakes. These errors occur due to the carelessness of the person or due to improper adjustment while doing any experiment in the lab. Now we will study how to eliminate random errors. If we take A1, A2, A3 and so on up to AN be the n measured values of a physical quantity, then its true value is given by its arithmetic mean. Means we will take arithmetic mean of that number of observations. How we will take the mean? We will represent it by A bar, or we'll write A mean, and it will be equivalent to sum of all the observations or sum of all the measured values like A1, A2, A3 plus AN, so on up to AN, divided by the number of observations taken. So this is how you can find the mean or the arithmetic mean. Now how to find the absolute error? For finding the absolute error, what you are going to do, it is firstly represented by delta. If I want to find the absolute error for the first observation, I'll write delta A1, and that is equivalent to A mean minus A1. Similarly for delta A2, A mean minus A2, delta A3, A bar minus A3, delta AN, A bar minus AN. So this is how you can find out the absolute error. Now next is mean or final absolute error. How you will find the mean or final absolute error? You will take the mode of each absolute error and you will take the mean of the point number 1. Like you will represent it by delta A bar, and what you are going to do, you will write equal to, and you will add all the terms that you find in point number 1, that is delta A1, delta A2, delta A3, so on up to delta AN, and you will divide it by the number of total observations. And one thing to keep in mind here, you will take the mod of each observation. Like sometime it happens you may get a negative value while finding delta A1, delta E2, delta A3, etc. But for finding the mean absolute error, you are going to take the magnitude only. Means you are going to take the positive value. So this is how you can find the mean or final absolute error. Next is the relative error. Now relative error, it is represented by delta, and you'll write A, and you'll write like this delta A bar that you have found it in point number 2. Delta A bar divided by A bar, that is the actual mean. Means you will divide delta A bar, this value, by this A bar, delta A bar by A bar. Next is percentage error. How to find the percentage error? I'll just multiply this fraction with 100 and I'll get percentage. Now I hope the formula will be clear to you all, and let's discuss it with some example. Let's discuss a numerical. Numerical can come like this. In successive measurement, the reading of period of oscillation of simple pendulum were found to be 2.63, 2.56, 2.42, 2.71 and 2.80 second. You have to find mean value, absolute error, mean absolute error, relative error and percentage error, and express the result in the proper form. So our first step was to take the mean of all the observations. So what I have done, I have written all the observation, I have added them, and how many observations were there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I will divide it by 5 and I'll take its mean. So it is 2.624 second. After rounding off to 2 digits after decimal, it will become 2.62 second. Now the next step is to find the absolute error. Now how to find the absolute error? You will do delta A1, you will write like this, is equal to A mean minus the first observed value. So I have written here delta T1 is equal to, this is my mean, 2.62 minus first observed value, that is 2.63. I told you it can come negative. It may be negative or it may be positive. Similarly, delta T2, 2.62 means I'll subtract everything from my mean value. 2.62 minus 2.56. Next is 2.62 minus 2.42. 2.62 minus 2.71, 2.62 minus 2.80. So then I'll get all these values. In the third step, I have to find the mean of these absolute errors. How I will find? I will take the mod of all these terms, means I will take the magnitude of all these terms, I'll add them. How many terms are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Divided by 5 and you'll get the answer and round it off to 2 digits, 0.11 second. Now the last is to find the relative error. How to find that? You will divide this by this, means delta T bar by T bar, absolute mean error to the mean. So delta T bar by T bar, that will be equivalent to 0.11 by 2.62, 0.0419. So if you'll round off, you'll get 0.04. And to find the percentage error, what you will do, you will multiply it by 100 and you will get 4%. So how to represent this? You'll write T, means this is the time period, it is equal to, what is the mean, means actual value is 2.62, and how much error can come, means 0.11, it can be maximum added or subtracted. So 0.11 second. Or if you want to write in percentage, how you will write? You will write it as 4%, means 4% error can come in this case.